this project, I'm video recording on a Canon T6i with the Rode video mic, along with my audio source is a Zoom H6 coming from a Sennheiser shotgun.
Do you want me looking directly into the camera?
For this first one, yeah.
All right. So this is what happens after 8 hours of shooting and you... Oh, hang on. Yeah. So this is what happens after you shoot for 8 hours and you don't feed your crew. Is that all you needed?
Beautiful, yeah. That's basically all we need.
It was only like 5, though.
We'll exaggerate a little more.
Okay.
Okay. All right. First question. What is this project about?
All right, so this project is... my project is titled Paz and Chico Take Student Government. The premise of the show is you have this idealist, sort of Leslie Knope-like character running for student government, only to realize that her platform and her campaign ideals don't work, and her entire campaign team bails on her after they realize that no one is going to vote for them. Our main character, who is named Paz, P-A-Z, is trying to recruit a new campaign team when she meets Chico, which is the school's competitive eating champion. He agrees to run with her and try to get her votes if she'll try to get competitive eaters, I should say, sponsored on campus. And so the whole show is about how they go about learning to appeal to the student body. Am I supposed to be looking directly into the camera?
That's a good question.
Where do you want me looking?
Look at me for now, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll just roll with that first one.
Okay.
Number 2, why did you start this project?
All right. So we started this project for a couple reasons. The first reason is for a contest, specifically the Television Academy's contest. They have a specific, program or contest for student TV stations, student filmmakers. And we're hoping to enter this piece into their scripted series contest and hopefully win, go out to LA, make some connections, and hopefully try setting a few of us up for some careers down the road. The next reason was for sort of a prestige piece for the station. We make a lot of sort of web video here at UTD TV, and our goal with this project is try to make a very strong filmic narrative sort of series, giving it a very professional look and something that all of our members can point to and go, if you want to see something cool, check out Paz and Chico.
I think I liked it better when you're looking at the camera.
Okay.
That's more of a preference kind of thing, right?
It's preference for you, the guy behind the camera.
Okay, yeah, cool. So we already answered. Cool. What was the pre-production process like?
For like a regular script or for the actual
for this shoot?
For this shoot? Okay. So the pre-production process starts pretty much a few weeks after we get the final draft of the script done. On the pilot episode, which we filmed earlier, we had total 3 months pre-production, so there was a lot of figuring things out. On episode 3, which is the most recent episode we shot, we had about 4 weeks of pre-production. And what happens first is we'll get the script, and I will sit down and draw out a storyboard. So every single line basically gets a little 3x5 index card with a drawing of where the actor should be and what line they're going to say. These shots are all tagged with a number, which corresponds to a line in the script, which creates a big, gigantic storyboard, so I can sort of watch the episode from beginning to end on these little cards. Then what happens is we figure out, okay, how we're going to shoot it, and we do that by going through each scene and organizing the shots in sort of production order. And generally, we organize these shots by either how actors are available for the day or for lighting setups. Typically, we'll optimize for lighting setups because lighting is the hardest thing to reset on set. So once I've organized all the shots for the order I want to shoot them in each scene, I'll throw them to basically a big Excel spreadsheet, and then we will list out for each day we plan to shoot. We will take the scenes and the order scenes we want to shoot for that day, and then the order of shots in that scene we want to shoot for that day. And so everyone on the team can see what scenes we are shooting for the day, as well as what order we're going to shoot them. So anyone can look at the schedule and go, okay, so we're starting with scene 6, and and we're doing shot 96 first. On average, each episode has around at least 100 unique shots, and each episode comes in. Episode 3 ran long, but I'd say each episode comes in at about 17 pages. Once the storyboard, shot list, and schedules are all planned out, we go through sets. And we figure out how are we going to dress the set, how are we going to make it look, what are the characters feeling in each scene, and we sort of do a rough sketch with myself, my producer, and my first assistant director. We take a look at how can we dress the set to make it feel like that what we're filming is very intentional and it reflects sort of what the characters are going through in the scene. Once we do that, we basically go on Amazon, hit up Walmart and Target, buy as much as we can, or beg, borrow, and steal from whoever we know. That's usually the day before, we'll try to go into the set, dress it up, and then if not, we'll have to dress it up right before we start rolling the day of, and then after that, we go on to shooting.
Okay. What is a typical day versus an ideal day of shooting?
Okay. So an ideal day would be would be sort of a miracle. So on an ideal day, we would arrive to set about an hour before. We all had a great breakfast. We come there. We start. I'd say cast and crew would arrive at 9. We would start rolling exactly 10. Every actor gets their delivery of the lines down in one take. There's no gear mess ups. We can just set our camera or dolly or slider or whatever real quickly. We shoot from 10 to 2. No major equipment hiccups. No major issues. Actors delivering their lines. We break for lunch at 2. Everyone eats for about an hour. We pick up again at about 3:30, putting in a half hour time for just everyone to sort of reset the set after lunch. We shoot from about 3:30 to 7. Again, no major issues with the actors delivering their lines or no major issues with the equipment. All the setups go quickly. We get our shots. We're done at 7. We pack up all of our equipment. We tear down it. We're done with tear down and clean up by 8, and then we all go home. We dump the footage to my computer on set, as well as an external drive back at our studio, as well as a server on our studio. So then that means I'm usually done at about 9 o'clock, and then we all go home. However, a typical day is much different. Usually what happens is we get all of our gear, but we arrive a little late for whatever reason. So if I wanted everyone to arrive at 9, everyone gets there at 9:30. We usually want to start shooting at 10, but if we have a complex shot or something's not right with the location, it means we usually start really rolling at about 10:30, 10:45. Of course, actors struggle with some lines. They take some time to say their lines correctly and match the delivery I'm looking for. Sometimes gear just isn't working. We have to find a solution. So that, we plan to usually wrap up the first half of the day at around 2. I would say realistically, we probably get done at about like 3:30, and then that's when lunch hits. And then we eat, and so we eat for about an hour, and then we pick up again at around 4:30, 4:45, and you just try and do the same thing you did in the first half, but you still get equipment hiccups, you still get actors struggling with their lines, things fall, things need to be retaped, decorations you tried to put up are falling in the middle of takes and you have to reset them. People are getting tired and hungry and frustrated, but you try and keep them cool. And then finally, if we plan to wrap up at 7, I would say realistically we probably end up wrapping at about 8:30. And then we probably sit here dumping the footage, and then our server goes down. And so it's probably like 10:30 by the time we're all done and out of here.
Okay, so for this project, what has been your biggest setback to date?
So there hasn't really been a major setback as far as something that has crippled the project. A lot of the challenges that I thought I had come from a lot of the biggest challenges that I had were really from the budget primarily, and that's because everyone on the team wants to do well. We want to get really cool shots. At the end of the day, I only have so much money to put into the project, and UTD TV only has so much equipment. So, sometimes we'll think of a really cool shot idea, but we might just not have the equipment for it, and we just don't have the money to rent it for the weekend. And of course, that's, you think of everyone has cool ideas as far as shots go, but sometimes we just have to make do with the equipment we have. And so that's a little bit of a setback. That's really the only major setback we have. Other things have been small, but they've worked themselves out. Like, for example, we don't know if we get a location until like 3 days before shooting. And in that case, we've just had to just plan and design the set and hoping, fingers crossed, that the 3 days before we actually shoot, we get it. But aside from, the little challenge booking locations and the issues with not having all the equipment we want, those have only been the major setbacks. Everyone on the team has been really great, trying really hard, doing their best with everything we have. So the team has made it really easy to do a good job.
Good, good, good. What has been your favorite part of the project so far?
Lunch. No, I'm just kidding. My favorite part of the project is probably the table reads we do with the actors. The reason I guess enjoy making shows, why I enjoy being part of, I want to be part of the television industry one day, is to hopefully make people laugh. And being in a table read when the actors are first reading your lines for the first time and they all start laughing, they all start cracking up. That's honestly my favorite part, because to some degree it's like mission accomplished in that moment. You've made people laugh, and it bodes well for the project. Everyone gets really excited. And honestly, just that moment when you make people laugh during a table read has been one of my favorite moments during the project. Aside from that, lunch is always a big favorite moment. And that final moment when you dump all the footage to 3 different places and it's safe and secure and you won't have to come back for a reshoot is also another favorite moment. And I guess for a favorite moment, when I've said like 3 favorite moments, but whatever.
I think I have enough. That's more than 10 minutes. So.
All right.